better than I expected here. And
oh, yeah.
They forced Winstrike down to another eco, and this will give them a really nice clean start here on the T side for the fact that they should not be winning this round, and that will give them a 6th without Winstrike even getting on the board. So at this point, this is successful from HAVU, a T side finally working out in their favor. And they'll look to hold on right now. Quick does get tightly through a wall and to his legs as well, so not a lot of HP lost, but it is looking way better for HAVU at this point.
Hey, indeed it is. Obviously an eco, not much to talk of besides praise HAVU for their ingenious about not rushing, because the first point is when you are on a win streak as HAVU is, you would think, oh damn, you know, we don't need to slow down. Let's hit it even faster, but let's change up the place. Let's not hit A or outside. Let's go ramp this time round and, you know, push up, and then they would get slaughtered by a single AUG. Instead, they use their utility, they use their brains in this case, and they are able to come up on top. Bomb, yeah, not a problem. Piku's there. I was for a second concerned about the fact that, well, nobody's going to be watching that angle, but they are obviously keeping an eye on that position. In any case, to kind of return to what I was saying, the point is HAVU feels like they've reinvigorated their ideas a little bit more, so their play. Certainly looks like they've composed a bit of a strategy for NUKE, and they are singing its tune perfectly. We will be having another buy, another chance here for Winstrike. Now, this is already the 3rd gun round for Winstrike, and if they lose this one, well, things are going to get a little bit more concerning, a little bit more worrisome for our Russian squad. For the second, though, it looks like... Ooh, quick. He spots 1 or 2 players at least. One in main going to be shut down. Boomich with 1 Waylander with the second slow. He does get the reflex. Zora for 1 more. It's back to Piku. And it's going to be an advantage kept by HAVU. All of a sudden, Winstrike find themselves on the edge of losing another round. And as I said, this round is a lot more important than any other beforehand.
Yeah, it really is, because this right now determines the pace of this game sort of moving forward. And, like... Oh, quick, they'll try and push in from heaven. He's fully blind and leaves Norbert sort of dead to right.
Bye-bye.
Not backing up his own teammate, at least tries to deal damage, but 7-0. HAVU, they are having such a better game in map number 2 than we've seen out of them so far. And again, they've managed to break this Winstrike side. They're down to another eco, whilst HAVU only get significantly stronger. And, well, they should be heading to 8 in this one and securing the first half victory with those minimum rounds required. And all the rounds that we've played so far have gone to HAVU. Winstrike should not be feeling confident. Maybe they came into this map number 2 over sort of underestimating HAVU, saying, oh, we got an easy victory there, it's going to be the same again. Well, HAVU are proving that it definitely isn't. PQ will tag Quick down to 26, and this round should be going majoritively in the favor of HAVU. As simple as you like, 3 kills already found.
Let's be honest, I mean, Winstrike almost certainly underestimating HAVU. After a 16-4 result, any team would probably be a little bit cocky in that regard, and certainly feeling overpowered above all else, and a team you just won that easily. HAVU, though, I'll be damned, this is certainly a surprise and a welcome one at that, because it gives us a bit of a show instead of just a regular old pounding. HAVU at 8 rounds in. They're looking quite tight and quite good. Now, Winstrike, how do you play this one off? How do you win this? Anything you've done up until this point has been pretty much picked apart, pretty much destroyed or played against, or more so you could say countered at. And Twixie 10-0 KD, very reminiscent of that of Boomich on train. I mean, damn, it's good. It's good. I'll say it's good. Winstrike, the open world let it up yet again. A chance of winning this round is there. Ooh, Quick pushes out to Red. This time it pays off. The aggression of Winstrike finally coming into play and giving them that one entry that they desperately needed to get. But HAVU, man, I mean, 8-0 already. Such an early start. Such a quick start as well.
Yeah, they're sort of in that realm of a sort of uncertainty, though, where this, even though they've had a brilliant start, could all fall apart. If Winstrike gains 7, tie it up,
ooh, yeah,
then I'd really put them in a state of uncertainty. Oh, I love the passiveness from Quick at this point. He's looking for Hootie.
Oh, no!
This is beautiful, but he maybe overstays his welcome. Oh, that was unfortunate. Could have been an easy frag there. Luckily, well, then it will take out 1 in return. Makes it into a 4-on-3, so they still keep the advantage, but not before Zori is there to cook up a storm. Already down to even sort of peggings at this point. 50 seconds on the clock. There is a player inside of Hut. Waylander, of course, will have no idea of him. But HAVU if they can take this round, they surely break into double figures for this first half, because Winstrike will have very little left in that bank to buy. Considering how dominant they were in map 1, this has been a stark contrast so far.
I mean, this is very reminiscent of how Avangard lost their first half on Mirage. It's like, okay, you lost first half, what are you doing? And then they just made the comeback into 16 and 12. So, Waylander shouldn't be surviving for long. Of course, he does not. Norbert left in a one-on-one. He doesn't know the player's out of HUD, though, and it's a one-on-one clutch that he can potentially win. Zorate, he's got the AK and 100 HP, knowing where Norbert's coming from. It should be an easy victory, and it will be. Coming close to dying, but still winning it in the end. 9-0, and HAVU, by God, this is a dominance I haven't seen in a long time. Feels like HAVU has become Winstrike, and Winstrike have to trade places with them. It's pretty weird seeing this kind of result for Winstrike, at least. I mean, this is a nice surprise, a welcome surprise. Certainly, I have to agree that HAVU have disappointed on map 1, but this is a complete different HAVU from what we saw on Train.
Yeah, they are playing with much more composure and a lot more team play in this one. We've sort of seen on Train, they were pushing for kills, they were looking for those fast pushes, aggressiveness, and it wasn't really working, especially when they were going solo for most of those and pushing through smokes, making simple mistakes like that. But they have been so much better on this one, and Zori, well, he'll just rip 2 apart. Quick at least will trade 1 in return, but sorry to deny again, and all these frags come raining on through. Boomich left in a 1 versus 4. Slowy is down to 3 HP. There is a little bit of HP lacking on a couple of other players. But with a CZ and a sort of massive lack of bullets, it should be where HAVU take themselves 10. And yeah, I'm sort of pleasantly surprised, but very impressed by how HAVU have asserted themselves in this second map. I was expecting similar to what had happened in map number 1, but definitely not. HAVU have given us a good show.
This is not even a good show. This is more of a like, oh yeah, there you have it, there it is, there it's gone. You know, it's like Veni Vidi Vici. I conquered. Wait, it's I came, I conquered, and I left. Something like that, isn't it? Or is it the other way around?
Something like
I
that.
came, I saw, I win. That's how it goes. Yeah, Veni Vidi Vici, basically. I came, I saw, I conquered, or I won, basically. And HAVU. This is looking quite magnificent. I'm loving it. I really am. It's a completely different style to that of Train. They're no longer okay. We're not in the game between Distance and Avangard right now, so
Producer's like, nope, damn it, get those off the screen.
Yeah, please get this off the screen. Thankfully, it's gone. But nonetheless, as I was saying, or as I'm trying to say, basically the point is HAVU. There's no words to explain how well they're performing right now. Winstrike, I'm not having the chance to see everything what they do exactly, but from what I'm seeing so far, the biggest mistake they've done, or they are continuously doing, is the fact that they are not helping each other fight outside, or not helping each other, you know, even trade out. It's just more of a, oh yeah, let's go for the peak, we die, no problem, we've got 4 more left, you know, and it's in that kind of manner until there's nobody left. It's like, oh, there's nobody left, well, we'll get them next round, right? That's how it feels like.
Yeah, they're sort of giving themselves a lot of false hope.
Yeah,
which is definitely not good, but we'll see HAVU pulling out all the stops here. Nice little wall bangs and features that will imply HAVU have done their homework on Nuke. They seem to be performing way better than Train. It's random that they picked Train considering how the scoreline went when they've come into Nuke and so far absolutely dominated.
And it's the map pick of Winstrike. It's like the best map Winstrike have played up until in this tournament. It's like, how is this? What is going on, Winstrike? Did you perhaps, you know, did you switch your players and we're currently watching your friends and family play, or is it like, you know, what's the problem? What seems to be the issue, officer? Because that's the relevant question right now. In either case, HAVU, they'll be executing A again, and there's not much Winstrike will have to stop this. I mean, Waylander, very slow Molotov. The pop flash is good, though. It actually breaks Slowy, and it's going to be Boomich that saves Waylander. Burning 1 more alive. It's Twixty fall. Waylander finally traded out, but Boomich... Oh! Well, that AUG is certainly going to be a problem, but luckily, he's going to be able to shut it down. 4-2 with 40 seconds left. Let's see how this one ends up. World Edit finds 1, and it surely is going to be Winstrike picking up their first, will it? I mean...
Oh,
they
I hope
have
so.
to.
It'd be horribly wrong if they didn't at this point.
I would be asking myself, what is real even at this point if they would have lost this one.
What simulation am I in right now?
Like, who's controlling the bots here? Like, who's playing with these bots? It's simple as that. In either case, there's a long way to go for Winstrike, but at least they find the first.
Yeah, there is quite a steep uphill grind that Winstrike have to take to get back into this game, but it's definitely possible. If they make it 10-5, get on the T side, which seemingly at this sort of tier is much more favorable than a CT side on NUKE. We've seen quite a lot of results go the favor of those Ts in this type of scenario. I mean, when Red Reserve XCOM played NUKE, XCOM had a 9-6 half on the T side, so they had, of course, a better result in that sort of environment. The last time that XCOM and Prosto played NUKE, again, it was the same sort of scenario, 12-3 on the T side, but it seems like the T side is much more preferred, and rightly so. It's HAVU proving that once again as they take out 2-3 players already. It seems like even though Winstrike will get themselves one, it just absolutely falls apart again here, and this is not the same team we've seen on Train. Boomich is quiet. Norbert is literally non-existent at this point. Like,
throws away like, he's like, what am I supposed to do? What are we doing? Do we just literally move on to third map because that's how it feels like? Like, what are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do, Norbert? Like, you know, that's how. I don't know. It's a horrible.
One time we
result.
can say they're literally throwing because he's just throwing his weapons.
Pretty much.
Norbert's like, oh, god damn it, guys, what are we doing? They will finally get some exits, but Hoodie and the rest of his team, 11-1. It is it's weak from Winstrike. Yeah.
And the worst part of all is they just won a round and they immediately lose one after. They get fully reset. They get put in this cemetery of economy, and worse, in this purgatory of economy where they will not be able to buy fully, but they will still buy most likely. And yes, they do. Nonetheless, I mean, this is a pretty devastating, pretty disappointing result from Winstrike, and map 3 is looking like it's going to be inevitable if this continues forward.
100%. At this point, it's pretty much guaranteed already that we're going to see that third and final. And, well, HAVU again would just continue their streak of dominance as Zori picks off Norbert. It looks like they're already calling the safe here. They're like, guys, just let's throw it in, wrap it up.
You know what?
Like,
I would just say we forfeit this second map. That's, I mean, just like, what are we doing? Literally, like, what are you doing is a better question. Like, guys, did you take a break for something else than, you know, think about how you're gonna play our second map, and you perhaps had a drink or a smoke? I don't know. And, you know, the illegal substances there and there. This is pretty disappointing. 12-1. And HAVU are having a field day. They're having a fun day. They don't care. They just like, easy win, easy left and right. It's ours. It's map 2 is going our way. I mean, at least it looks like it.
Map 2 has been a roller coaster when we compare it to map 1. We thought that would have been a simple Winstrike cleanup. Yeah, it should have been a 2-0, but HAVU, they have come out to destroy it. I mean, to sort of not disrespect Winstrike, it is totally possible that on the T side they completely flip this around and do the exact same. It's sort of one of those maps where goal lines like this can happen both sides. Like, a team can have like a 14-1 half, but then get repeated and sort of pull out the same score line. So it's definitely not over. Like, I wouldn't class them out of this map.
Oh no, obviously not yet.
It is definitely weak at this point, even though Winstrike, notably the better team on paper, just being destroyed by HAVU at this point. Boomich, nice shot though as he drives by on Zori down into a 3-on-2. Well, then it 1 HP. Quick finds one as well. This is better from Winstrike, despite them having lesser in this round, and still into a 2-on-3. I think HAVU still stand a chance at this point with the weapons they have, but it is finally maybe going in the favor of Winstrike.
I'll say this. I mean, Winstrike lose gun rounds, but they lose a full eco round, or at least close to winning a full eco round. Excuse me. They do more damage on a full eco round than they do on gun rounds, and it's gonna be Hoodie in a 1-on-3, and they certainly look like they will win this. I can't believe my eyes, guys, but I'm literally. What are we watching? What even is this? World Edit gets the kill. It is gonna be an eco win. Like, how in the world does this happen? Winstrike, you can't win a single gun round, yet you win an eco round. I want to know what is going through the minds of these players right now? At least, you know, okay, HAVU, they overextend, they're overexcited, I guess you could say, hyped about certain scenarios and lose a few players. I understand that, but you winning. I don't know how to properly process this. And obviously, a part of the loss for Winstrike is the fact that they lost the first few gun rounds and, you know, had a very bad economy going into this. But then again, it's not really an excuse to lose pretty much 13 rounds, or at least close to 13 rounds, 12 at least, if nothing else, on the CT side of NUKE, on your map pick.
Yeah, and that's the scariest part. This is Winstrike's map pick, but I think it's sort of random at this tier that maps go back and forth. I mean, we've seen, especially in the sort of region of the CIS region, where teams will pick a map, they lose that map, so they lose their own map pick, but they'll win their opponent's map pick, and it's like back and forward, and it's like, okay, this is completely random. It almost looks like Winstrike picked Train and HAVU picked NUKE. You almost question whether the veto is backwards or not, but at this point, it is better from Winstrike. They will at least draw out a 12-3 result, unless HAVU goes absolutely insane and finds all these 4 kills to close the round. But with the way Waylander sets up, the timing.
Oh, the timing. Okay. I don't, like, again, if he wins this, that's gonna be crazy town. Winstrike surely didn't allow this. Yeah, they don't. Quick, we'll shut it down, ladies and gents. It is gonna be 3-12, and Winstrike have played better in these 2 last rounds than they did in the entirety of the first half. But we'll be right back after a short commercial.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
Welcome back, of course, as we are approaching our second half. Let's just say this is map 2, this is the map pick of Winstrike, and they've had pretty much the worst opening of a map I've seen so far. Besides, you know, losing 10 rounds in a row, it's like, okay, guys, this is your map pick. I understand you might not have the best start. I understand you might not have the best beginnings. But of course, if you pick the map, you have something prepared for it, hopefully, on both sides, CT and T. Now, we are switching the sides, and Winstrike arguably are performing better on the T side as opposed to the CT. But nonetheless, I mean, 3 rounds on the CT side is probably the worst result I've seen out of NUKE so far. Even XCOM, when they lost against Winstrike, they picked up, I believe, 5 rounds on the CT side, 10-5, and then Winstrike was able to close it out, 16-6. In either case, this is it. This is where the real question will be answered, whether or not HAVU can win this map quickly, or will it be a comeback by Winstrike. The pistol is vital, as well as the next few gun rounds coming afterwards, but it is going to be the pistol starting up, ladies and gents, and we are in our first round of the second half. A ramp push coming through. Waylander, nice shutdown. Zorre will get the 1, but it doesn't last long. It's back to a 4-on-2, and Waylander and Boomich, well, they're already replying with even more. Hoodie in a 1-on-4. It looks like the pistol will finally go to Winstrike.
Yeah, they found themselves a period of success here. They'll get that pistol back in their favor. They'll set themselves up for a couple of T-side gun rounds. And on paper, whilst Winstrike look very far behind, there is a world on NUKE where this comeback is extremely possible. We've seen mad scorelines in the past of NUKE, sort of like 12, 3, 11, 4 halves have been drawn back, and it's one of those maps where once you get into that bad cycle of low buys and lack of economy and the bad mindset, it is really going to fall apart and it's going to hit you hard. And that's why a map like NUKE is a really sort of wild card pick, because even if you can play good on it, you have no idea if your opponents are going to find any success either randomly or through aggression, through these strats that might be a little unorthodox compared to the textbook. But right now, Winstrike, their main objective is to grind back these rounds step by step. And well, they're doing great so far, keeping 5 alive, and surely they will PQ with the USP. Shouldn't have any opportunity. Better from Winstrike to keep all 5 breaks. The cycle of them being stuck in a low buy for their economy on that T side. HAVU Now, though, this is one opportunity they'll get to try and close out this game early, because they have that full buy here. We even see an auto shotgun, which I assume will either be played down secret, but quite close, or on top of HUK, the preferred position of this type of weapon. But HAVU, if they get this gun round, they should be in with a beautiful chance of making a very swift comeback on map number 2 and closing it out to dust. But that's all in question at this point. Winstrike, we know they're a team that can grind these types of results.
Yeah, and certainly, of course, I mean, as you said, it's all up in the air. A big question mark, really. Slowy already down in secret tunnels. He's waiting with that auto shotgun. You go through the smoke. It's a free kill for him, or more so, free kills. No problem. No issue. It is still going to be a 5-on-5 with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Winstrike slow it down, but they have no control of the map. They don't even have control of inside, nor close to ramp, nor anywhere else to that position. So HAVU, they're already preparing against this B-Strike. They're reading this perfectly, and they might just be able to get it. Zore finds one. Boomich falls. It's back to a 5-on-4, with Slowy still holding strong close at that or more so at that tight angle. He's going to be able to get one. Zore finds 2. That's it. That's enough. That's all he needed to do. Make it 3, and that surely is enough, as Slowy's forced out of position because of that Molotov. He does lose his teammate, but it's Quick and Waylander. They're gonna have to make a comeback within the next 20 seconds. Slowy, he's been spotted. Yes, he has, and Quick will take him down. Piku, though. Ooh, close call. Piku needs to stay alive. Can't drop control of ramp. Yeah.
If Piku died, that would have been surely round over, but right now they still stand a chance. HAVU, despite being on 4 HP, escapes with his life. There's very little time left, so they have to go for a plant, and it allows a very nice reposition from Piku. He pushes way more aggro and shuts it down Quick. 13-5. HAVU reinstate how quick this second map might just be, as Winstrike dropped the gun round. Beautiful hold by Zori with that AUG. Deserve of the round. 13-5. Winstrike, they will be reset pretty hard. A couple of players will have very little economy. They have to force around it, though. There's very little time to sit back and eco here. HAVU are close to winning map number 2 right now.
Pretty much. I mean, winning this round would mean that they get everything they need. They would break the economy of Winstrike. They would put themselves up to 14 and most likely, be able to close out on the 15th. It's going to be down to Winstrike to see what they execute, to see what they do. It feels like an A take through outside. Boomich gets the entry. A good start coming out for the Russian squad. Might not be enough yet, though. There's still a few rifles available to HAVU. 2 AUGs and AK and the MP5 on Quixie. And Norbert at 7 HP, not a good predicament for him. Nonetheless, it is going to be HAVU reading that this is actually a wraparound through outside. Now they know. Okay, fair enough. You're going to try A through CT. Denied. It's Slowy to find one. And it's going to be Boomich to refrag, still keeping it with a man advantage for Winstrike. This is an important thing to note, because as long as HAVU keep control of sight and inside, or more so sight and inside of sight, that should be an easy victory for them. Zore gets Boomich, Waylander refrags, but it's still Zore with a double, and it leaves Quick and Norbert to deal with the mess at hand. 7 HP on Norbert might be enough. Quick finds Slowy, and that's it. That's the kill they needed. Now Zore, evades the flashbang very smartly, very good. It's at the right time. Back, but can't tap away on Quick, and oh my god, what a close call there. Both players so low. One bullet and they would have been gone, and it already looked like it might be ending too quickly there, but luckily Winstrike keep themselves in the loop. 6 on the board, and an eco for HAVU, at least it should be. We could be seeing a force.
Yeah, we could be seeing a force, yeah, but I think it should be at most pistols and Kevlar, and yeah, that's all they'll bring to it. So HAVU, it is do or die for them here. If they allow Winstrike back into this game, they will begin to really close these rounds out quickly. They have to be so careful and sort of very precise here, HAVU. They can't be allowing too many mistakes. And right now, it is Norbert to find the first. Piku to trade. Norbert the same, but Twixie replies. Waylander to close out one, but this could be a beautiful flank from Zori. Slowy finds one as well. And if he gets an AK in hand, which he has, he takes damage onto World Edit, but not allowed to survive. Nice reply by Boomich. Simple round for Winstrike, despite losing a number of players. 13-7. And we should see a eco in the hands of HAVU for this one, with a very, very nice buy going into the next. But it allows Winstrike the chance to grind one more round back. And on that T side, everyone is as vital as the next.
Pretty much, especially when you're behind as much as you are. In any case, it shall be a full eco. I mean, that force buy paid off to the extent that they were able to diminish the economy of Winstrike. They were able to pretty much force them to reinvest everything they saved up until that moment. And it is going to be a bit unfortunate that they will have no economy going forward. So HAVU will have a fair chance of a reset and putting themselves back on top. I mean, they already are on top, don't get me wrong. Just continuously, you know, looking to keep the score on the up and up. Nonetheless, a very smart play from Winstrike. They're not going fast. They're not going overly extended, or more so, they're not overextending in certain areas. They're just making sure that they get control of the outside. They can control of lobby and continue to hold that control in their hands. So, alright, he's going to be looking for an AK, perhaps, I would presume. I mean, that would be his core duty in this case. No Kevlar, no utility, no real firepower besides that one Deagle. Obviously, a Deagle is no small thing to joke about with, but in the end, it's not going to change the outcome. 5 more to go, and Winstrike will tie the score. HAVU, I mean, they've still got a long way before they will be tied, and they will have a few buys in between, especially this one right here, right now. Slowy, second up, perhaps? He's... Nope. Okay, fair enough. I mean...
Down to an auto instead?
Yeah, auto shotgun, fair enough. You know, it's a good choice. You already said it's a perfect choice for inside hut. If you want to play on hut or inside hut or close the doors, wherever you want to go, it's not bad at all. Slowy, though, will be caught by Waylander. Good pre-fire as he predicts that somebody might be coming in close. It's a second, though. It's a double for Twixie. Oh, all of a sudden, things turn on their head immediately. Warledit is able to refract, keeping a site in the control of Winstrike. Nonetheless, it's Zore, Twixie, and Peku that are going to be holding the line, or more so keeping a chance of victory alive.
Yeah, this 3-on-3 after plant, vital for Winstrike to hold. I do like the position of Waylander, keeps himself tucked into vents. The same for Warledit, he's behind that sort of jump-up box to allow you onto hut, and that gives him a great angle to hold from heaven. But right now, that's the Molotov that's vital for the vent position, but it's not going to reach. That is so good, because assuming they believe it's spread, that keeps an angle closed off from a Twixie. He'll fall. Warledit the same as he frags onto Becker. It's down into a 3-on-none scenario. Winstrike take themselves a 9th round. They'll grab an AWP for Warledit in the process. But better from this T side. HAVU now reset down to a low buy. And we should be seeing Winstrike slowly close this gap here. They'll get themselves a 10th round at this point. And well, it's looking better for Winstrike, considering how far they were down 12-3. They've battled some very good T-side rounds. And like I said, it's similar. It's sort of replica of these. That's smoke.
Yeah, that's smoke.
It's sort of, it's not hard to replicate your success on a T-side to what your opponents have had. And that's what makes Nuke so volatile as a map like this. But Peku finds at least one frag to offset Winstrike so far.
Yeah, and I love the fact HAVU are able to stack down secret. They are well aware that pistols will work best when they are close and tight in those corners, where they can fight, you know, spam away with the pistol and hit any shot they pretty much aim at. We do see Winstrike taking a bit of a defensive stance, and I love this reply from Winstrike. They're all in secret, at least close to. And while they could have gone B, while they could have pushed forward, most likely would have gotten 1 or 2 kills easily, maybe even 3. Nonetheless, they would have lost 1 or 2 people because of it, or players because of it, and therefore, you know, pretty much risked losing another round, which they desperately do not wish to do. And we do see they're kind of changing up their mind consistently, still staying towards secret, still trying to force out a bit of a reaction from HAVU. Finally decide to go hit B, and this might be the best time to hit B, actually. There's a single player there, that's Zore, a Deagle in hand, but he still gets boomage. My god, what an opener by HAVU. They've got pistols and Kevlar. It's an eco they have, yet they look like they might just win it. That Molotov will burn Twixie, they hear it. And Norbert surely will peek this, or at least be able to check it and find perhaps a killer too quick. Will get caught by Zore, though. It is back to a 2-on-4, and all of a sudden with 15 seconds left, Winstrike way too long. Oh my god, Waylander, what a shot. He's going to be able to bring it back home. It's a 2-on-3 and a chance of Winstrike to win this. Well, that it spots 1. Oh my god, the shots are amazing. Still going to be Peku with 1 and Hoodie with the second, and HAVU win an eco round. My brain hurts with how Winstrike lose against ecos. Same way when HAVU lost it beforehand on their own T side. But yeah, it is going to be 14-9, and pretty much the last chance here for Winstrike.
They have that one opportunity. That shot, beautiful.
Wow.
Saw the feet and just absolutely went for it. That was a great shot. But again, it doesn't give them a confirmed round. And right now, HAVU, they're only one away from guaranteeing at least overtime. And Winstrike, well, they still have a buy. They'll have that full investment into this one. However, they lose this, and it is pretty much all over. Peku, beautiful shot onto Nor, but that is how you kickstart a round. And well, testament to how good HAVU have been playing. Yes, they've allowed a little bit of a reply from Winstrike, but I think that's only testament to how contagious or how quickly a T-side can sort of mount up rounds, as Boomich will take back one world that it finds a second. This might begin to flip on its head for HAVU. They might be subject to a round loss here, and if they do so, it's not going to be as hard of a reset as they would have expected on that Winstrike side. Twixie still has a lot of cash in the bank, to be fair, but again, if they can grind these T-side rounds back, then that's the way to do it. But as of now, HAVU, one more would really pressure Winstrike into performing right now. And well, they look to take this A-bomb site. HAVU will wrap around though. I'm liking this. What is Slowy doing? Yeah, he's looking at heaven, trying to expect the player coming in from the flanks as Waylander finds one, but a reply from Zori down into a one-on-one, and with World Edit onto the AWP already. He has an advantage. A beautiful peek by World Edit though. The flash from Zori was good, but World Edit is better in that situation. HAVU reset. Winstrike, they get themselves another. I'm still not sure what Slow was looking at there, especially when Zori was so quick into heaven to reply anyway. Like, he already had a teammate up there.
Yeah, he already knew a teammate was coming up, so not sure why he didn't even reply, or he didn't even react to the fact somebody was running right next to him on site. So a bit of a weird choice or a weird play, but in either case, it is going to be, of course, 14-10, and HAVU back onto an eco. There is a chance Winstrike can make a comeback possible. They've already made a few comebacks in this tournament already, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was another one of those kind of comebacks itself, but as we can see, the odds are currently heavily stacking against, or for HAVU at 1-12 against 5 and something. So Winstrike certainly still feels like they're far away from a possible victory or a possible tie. But in any case, it's going to be a B-strike, and HAVU, they've already stacked on towards ramp, pushed forward and took control of lobby. They shouldn't be going for a retake. Surely they know they can't do it, but they can do economical damage at least. They could hope to do a lot of, or get a lot of kills. And World Edit planting very exposed. That's kind of dangerous in that case.
Yeah, so much info could be gained by Norbert here, though, as he spots 2. Gets 3 in total. Nice onto Udi to clean up. Boomich to finish. 14-11. And Winstrike, while they're not out of this yet, they have to win clean rounds consecutively. They cannot drop a single one if they want to take this in regulation time. And, well, they've been given HAVU, are they going for an eco again in that round?
Yeah, I think I saw only a grenade being involved. No Kevlar, no rifles. At least I didn't notice it. So if they're going for another eco, that is the smartest thing I've seen.
That really is.
Yeah, this is a very smart thing by HAVU. They're going to have a full buy and a proper full buy next round. And Twixie close to red. He's going to push through. Beautiful pop flash, but is it enough though? Twixie, he revealed his position. Slowy still gets a kill somehow. Norbert drops and it's back to a 5-on-4, and HAVU's semi-push, semi-force might actually work out. I'm not sure how this works, but it does. And well, it looks like HAVU's tactics will prevail over Winstrike, at least for the most part. Waylander gets one. Oh, he sees the foot quick though. Realizes somebody's on top of HUD.
2 players on top of HUD. No, okay, there's only one. I was going to say, I thought there were 2 players on top of HUD then, but yeah, let you say, Hoodie will get at least tagged a little bit. Nice spam from the CTs though to again inflict damage. Nice aggression from Hoodie. Will get traded back by Boomich. 2 players coming through radio though. Oh, that's good from Peku. He will take one, but surely they won't expect the second. They definitely won't. There's still a player there, surely.
Oh my god, not checking the corners.
Yeah, vital. Waylander, he won't even expect Twixie there, and Winstrike, they're so confusing. They play so good against the guns, but like, I mean, the only thing I can put it down to is the fact that we never see, or rarely see these sorts of situations happen in the sort of upper tier. You see a lot more structured rounds. Yeah. And especially when a team like that pulls out an unorthodox play that sort of really confuses a team. That's the only thing I can put it down to, the lack of being in those situations where teams aren't scared to aggress on a low buy round. But at this point, it is looking weak for Winstrike. They have to win every round to stay in this game, or else we go to a 3rd map. And well then it'll open things up with Boomich to find a second. But it has to be clean crisp, cut, and concise from Winstrike in these next 4 rounds.
Absolutely. No chance of, well, at least no wish of loss or any sort of chance of victory for HAVU. It is going to be Boomich, World Edit, and Quick. A 3-on-3. A possible victory left here for Winstrike, or a possible victory to HAVU. It can pretty much go anywhere. Oh, goodbye, World Edit is about to die. I think he's in... No, oh, he's in Garage. Excuse me. No,
yeah,
he's not. Yeah. It looked like for a second he was close to Secret, but instead he was in Garage. My bad. Nonetheless, it is going to be a close call here. As Boomich is lurking outside of CT, there might be an exchange of fire. Nope, not yet, actually. Hoodie's waiting on A, and Zora is down low. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's a bit confusing for a second.
The nuke map is so confusing.
Yeah,
the
it can be confusing.
Insane.
Especially since you don't see the little thingy above player's icon immediately. Things don't realize it. Hoodie from Heaven is able to shut down one. It's back to a 2-on-2 with Zora coming through CT ramp. Most likely going to go Heaven himself. This can work out in favor of HAVU. 1 round, and they will be victorious. They'll be going on to map 3. It is Dust 2, of course, and here we go. It's a 2-on-2 retake. Zora coming in from Heaven itself, and I don't think they will... well, now they will know because he flashes, but Hoodie's already down. And this should be 12-15. At least...
Definitely should. Yep, there we go. So, Winstrike, they remain in the game for now, but a single mistake from this T side will ultimately decide their own fate here in map number 2. Although, with again another low buy in the hands of HAVU, they might choose to force us up, but I hope they don't. I hope they play smart, and they will. They'll go for a minimal investment, a couple of grenades, a little bit of upgraded pistols, but nothing too crazy, which is good.
Well, they already made it work once, so...
Exactly. If they can do that with how little they had, they can do it again here. And Winstrike, I think HAVU, they surely have learned right now that Winstrike are subject to failing in these types of rounds, especially with pistols, and how good that HAVU can be with executions of those frags. But still, Winstrike, if they hold on, they'll get themselves much closer to at least drawing out overtime here. Twixie inside of the secret stairway will get tagged down to 72. Waylander incredibly low though. Boomich will tray back the damage either way. Zori dead into a 5-on-4, but still 2 players incredibly low here for this T side. Luckily, Boomich, the wise idea to peek inside of that molly. Quick will take out one. This should be where this round draws to a close, and Winstrike keep themselves in the game for now.
Yeah, pretty much allowing themselves to draw it back in. As HAVU get another exit kill. Yeah, it's gonna be quick. Or just the 1 exit kill, excuse me, quick to fall. But in any case, 13-15. This is what we're dealt with. This is the hand we're given, as HAVU will have a full buy. We should be seeing an op out for, of course, for Peku. And I was actually hoping for a secondary op. They had the money for it, at least from what I saw. So I'm a bit surprised there's 2 auto shotguns actually. Bit of a chilling thought, really. Having 2 auto shotguns really limits you to being only inside. You can't contend outside unless that op is going to be active as always, you know, and making sure nobody can cross through secret or towards main. Meanwhile, the 2 shotguns, I think they should just focus with them into A, and it does look like they have both posted on A itself, while Twixie's holding from main. This is a bit of a peculiar setup, but it certainly can work in the favor of HAVU if only they're able to, well, pretty much keep themselves together and compose and get those refrags up once Winstrike starts their executions. And we do see that Winstrike is still kind of lingering through lobby, or more so lingering in lobby. They have yet to decide whether or not to hit B or A, and yeah, they're gonna go ramp. Ooh, this can work out for Zori perfectly. Ooh. This can actually be perfect. He misses, or at least he doesn't get the first kill, or at least the first opener, but still standing strong. Piku comes to help him. That's enough. That's 1 kill for him. Zori, still not going for the challenge. He's playing it smart. He doesn't want to die. Yeah, exactly. We see right now that Winstrike is taking it so slow. They're painfully aware how hard this round is going to be, regardless if it seems easy or not. And Zora is going to hold the line. Hoodie gets 1 more. It's Waylander.
That's it, surely.
It should be. It's Zora for the 2nd, and Boomich will die to Peku. Oh. It's 16-13, ladies and gents. We're going to map 3, indeed.
And again, that's a good reply from HAVU. I mean, they definitely messed up in a couple of CT rounds, but I think economy was definitely driving that. I think we could have saw a quicker ending to map 2, but I think HAVU will be happy of the result nevertheless. So we are heading to our 3rd and final map here in this second best of 3. It will be Dust 2 in around 10 minutes time. But that's not the only Counter-Strike we have for you. Another best of 3 coming up at 8 p.m. Central European time if you do like XCOM or Windigo. But we still have map 3 to close out of this one. It's going to be a very interesting map considering how weak Winstrike looked in some of those rounds on that second.
Yeah, it really was interesting. I mean, Winstrike, I'll need to rewatch the VOD or the replay at least of the game to know what the hell they were doing, because I couldn't see all the positionings they had on the CT side immediately once some of the action went down, but it looked like they were overly aggressive sometimes and overextending in a few positions. But in either case, as you said, Karen, we're moving on to Dust 2, the last map of the day, the last map of this best of 3, the third one. So stay tuned and we shall return very soon.